Hello BookTube! Welcome to LizziefayeLovesBooks. I'm Elizabeth, and it is here. March is here. It is time now for March Mystery Madness. It starts today. This is the third annual March Mystery Madness. As you probably already have noticed, we've added a lot of new hosts, and they've been doing their TBRs, and a lot of you who are participating. I have seen some fantastic TBR videos, and I'm just so excited about March Mystery Madness this year. I will be doing probably some more shout-out videos for some of you who are participating. I have seen some really cool things that people are doing on their channels, so I'm just super excited. In fact, every day, probably more than twice a day, I've been going on and searching for the hashtag March Mystery Madness and just March Mystery Madness, and I've been finding your videos. And so if you have done a TBR video or anything like that and I haven't commented to it, that means I haven't seen it. So please link it down below or send me just a heads up and say, hey, I did a video. Where are you? Why haven't you watched it? So what I wanted to do today to celebrate the first day of March Mystery Madness is to dust off the March Mystery Madness tag. This is a tag that I started the first year of March Mystery Madness, which was 2016. And then last year I updated it, tweaked it a little bit. And so this year I'm going to basically do the same tag and name some different books. So here we go. Now how this works is we take the name March Mystery Madness and we have two prompts for each word. So for March, as an ode to spring and St. Patrick's Day and everything like that, we're going to pick a green book. So any book, it doesn't have to be mystery, any book you want to show us that's green, let's see it. I have two here, and these happen to be books that are on my TBR. This one I'll probably read this year and hopefully, maybe. And this one I plan to read probably next year. This one is The Land of Stories, Book 1, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. It's a middle grade series that is kind of a fairy tale mashup story, I believe, and I'm excited to read it. And then this is a series I'm already in the middle of. This particular book is Inheritance by Christopher Paolini, and it's book 4. I have read the first 2, so this year I'll probably read the 3rd book, Brissinger, and then next year I'll read the 4th book. And the reason I'm doing them a year at a time, one each year, is because they're pretty hefty. But this is the last book in that series, the Inheritance cycle. So those are my green books. Now for the second challenge for March, we're going to also kind of give a shout out to St. Patrick's Day and Leprechauns, and we're going to pick a book that features little people or little tiny characters. So you could pick a book with leprechauns or even other little tiny characters. Or if you can't come up with anything like that, then just pick a book with Irish elements, or maybe set in Ireland, an Irish author, something like that. So first we'll show you some books that I have. I don't think I showed these the first year, and I know I didn't show them last year. But this is a book trilogy. It's a middle grade trilogy that I've read that I really loved, and it features fairies, Tinkerbell being one of them, and I think some other little tiny characters. This is the Half Upon a Time series by James Riley. It also is a fairy tale mashup. It's not a retelling. It's just kind of a mashup of a lot of different fairy tales and fairy tale characters. So we have Half Upon a Time, Twice Upon a Time, and Once Upon the End. These are really fun. So if you are reading middle grade March, or with us, Akos and a few of us that have been doing middle grade May, in May this year, we'll be doing a middle grade readathon, so you can read them then. These are not mysteries, but they do have some mystery elements. Actually, you know, they really do. So if you want to read them for March Mystery, no, how does it go? Middle grade March Mystery Madness, which is the mashup of the two, then you can read those this month as well. Okay, then one book that I am reading this month, which is set in Ireland, and I believe it's an Irish author, is In the Woods by Tana French. It's the first book in the Dublin Murder Squad series. I've heard great things about it, and I'm looking forward to starting it. This is our local library book club pick for March, so I've got to get it read and finished before the 3rd Thursday of this month. And then The second word in March Mystery Madness is, of course, mystery. So for the first prompt in mystery, I want you to recommend a mystery. Tell us about a mystery that you absolutely think everybody ought to read. And I showed this and talked quite a bit about it yesterday in my middle grade mystery recommendations, but I'm going to mention it again here in case you missed that. This is a middle grade book called The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prickwillow Place. This is a British farce, and it's a murder mystery, and it's fantastic. I listened to it on audio, narrated by Jayne, and I loved it. If you want to know more about it, check out my yesterday's video where I talk about it just a little bit more. Okay, then for the second prompt for mystery, I want you to show us a book on your mystery TBR that either you are most anticipating or that you've had on your TBR so long you've almost given up ever getting it read. So some kind of a mystery book that you really, really want to read. Maybe it's on your TBR for this month. Maybe it's not for whatever reason, but that's what I want you to show us. So I'm going to show you Death Threads by Elizabeth Lynn Casey. This is book 2 in the Southern Sewing Circle mystery series. It's a cozy mystery series that my sister recommended to me years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. Finally, in 2016, I read the first one and I loved it. And I thought, surely I will go right on and read the next book. And I haven't yet. So hopefully I will get to it this month, and if not, definitely this year. And this, I've heard also good things about this series from Courtny, the Courtagonist. I think she's read more than one of them. I'm not sure how many she's read by now, but definitely you should check out her channel as well. And we both love this series, so I have got to get it read, at least the second book. There's maybe 12 in the series now. Then for the last word, madness, we're going to go in a couple of different directions. First of all, I want you to show me a book that features a psychological, psychopathic, maniacal killer or criminal. And you don't have to give spoilers, although I have found that a lot of times when you're reading a book that has a psychological killer, it's no mystery to you who he is, or she. Mostly they're he's, but I guess it doesn't have to be. So it's not really a spoiler to say who they are. And that's the case with this book. This is a book I finished in February, read it in February, listened to it on audio. It's by J.A. Jance, called Hour of the Hunter. It is the first book in the Walker family series. My husband and I have both been reading the J.P. Beaumont series and the Joanna Brady series, and we are continuing that in March. But I decided to go ahead and pick this one up because the 5th book in this series also is a mashup with one of the other series that we're reading. So I figured we needed to get started on this. This book features a really bad guy. I mean, he is just vile and horrible. And you know from the beginning who he is. It's not a mystery who the killer is. You just get to see the whole story unfold. So Hour of the Hunter, definitely recommend it. It's the first in a series, so you don't need to read a bunch of other stuff before it. And if you like to read books about psychological psychopaths, that's what I keep trying to say, then this would be a good choice. And J.A. Jance is an excellent author. We have, we meaning my husband and I, have both really been enjoying her books. And then for the second prompt for madness, we're going to give an ode to sports because we get our name from the sporting event March Madness. And so I want you to either find a book that is a sports-themed book, doesn't have to be a mystery, or a book where they at least play some kind of a sport or recreational activity. Now, I realized the first year that this was kind of hard for some people. Some people just skipped it all together, and they're like, I don't know any books that have sports, so I'm not doing it. But think about it. I mentioned last year the Percy Jackson series. That's a pretty mainstream series. They played Capture the Flag. They played, they did chariot races. So think outside the box just a little bit. And I am going to show you a book that I should have included in my video yesterday because it's a middle grade mystery. I read it last month, actually this month, and I read it in February, and it's fantastic. It is the first in the Nocturnals series by Tracy Hecht, called The Mysterious Abductions. And I don't want to give spoilers because I think this is something you ought to read and pick up. It's adorable if you read middle grade books and you like mysteries, but it does feature a sporting event. So there you go. Those are my picks for the 2018 March Mystery Madness book tag. So I am going to tag, I'm tempted just to tag everybody, but I'm going to start by tagging all of the hosts and guest hosts. And then I want you guys to find some March Mystery Madness participants and tag them. Now, I have been searching every day to find all of the TBR videos that all the participants are doing, and some of them have very small channels and not a very big subscriber count. So I want to challenge you guys, all of you really, not just the hosts, to find those people and watch their TBRs and subscribe to them if you think that they read books that that you would enjoy hearing about. So I want to just, you know, spread the love and promote everybody's channel who is participating in March Mystery Madness. So so basically what I'm suggesting for all you hosts who I'm tagging is that you tag other people who are doing March Mystery Madness, or tag anyone else that you want to get involved. Maybe they should be doing March Mystery Madness. You know they love mysteries and you want to get them involved. You can tag them too, because they don't have to do March Mystery Madness to do the March Mystery Madness book tag. So that is it. That is all for this video. I will be coming back very soon with lots more videos regarding mysteries and cozy mysteries in the month of March. And I hope you are participating. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.